From Hostelli Field in North Wales, Pennsylvania, the Sports Fan Base Network is proud to present the 2021 Perky Valley Twilight League Championship Series. Tonight, it's Game 1 as the regular season champion Skippack Lumberjacks take on the defending league champion Valley Forge Bucks. Hi, everybody. Tom Willems here. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We are set up for a real fun week here at Hostelli Field. Back to the normal schedule. Last year, we had the championship in October, but right back where it belongs in August. A beautiful night for baseball and hopefully a beautiful week as well. So how did these guys get here? Number 1 seeded Skippack Lumberjacks, 19-5 during the regular season. In the quarterfinal, they swept the Stony Creek Cannons, winning 15-1, 9-1, and 11-0. In the semifinals, they defeated the Collegeville White Sox in 4 games, splitting the first 2 games before the Jacks won the last 2 games by scores of 14-7 and 4-3. The Valley Forge Bucks, number 3 seed coming into the playoffs, 17-7 during the regular season. In the quarterfinals, they swept the Pottstown Spartans, winning 6-0, 3-1, and 5-0. In the semifinals, they lost Game 1 to the Plymouth Diamonds 2-1 before winning the last 3 games by scores of 3-2, 4-0, and 4-1. Skippack did sweep the season series, 2 games to love, and both games were played in the middle of June. One was a 9-2 score, but then the next day it was 3-2, so certainly a much closer game. And again, it's really interesting of the way this series will shake out, as the playoffs tend to do in the Perky League. Normally you play 3-4 games a week, but the potential here is to play 5 games this entire week. Again, every day this week, depending on the weather, we will be playing unless somebody wins this series quickly. So it will be very intriguing to see how deep the pitching is and how far you're willing to go with a starting pitcher if things don't go the way you expect them to. Time to take a look at the starting pitching matchup. First for Skippack, it'll be Tyler Ekman to get the call for the Lumberjacks. So far during these playoffs, he's 1-0 with a 1.80 earned run average. Ekman, 26 years old, from Royersford, Pennsylvania, and Springford High School. Graduated East Stroudsburg in 2017. 14-8 record in his 4 years for East Stroudsburg with a 3.29 earned run average. And this past regular season, second in strikeouts with 49. For the Valley Forge Bucks, it will be Mike Anthony as he comes in with a record of 1-1. Has not given up an earned run in 13 1/3 innings, just 2 runs overall. Again, both of them were unearned. Mike Anthony, at 26 years old, again, will have to really carry a big-time load, as you may have noticed during the opening, the throwing out of the ceremonial first pitch. There was a guy out there with a sling on. It's Dominic Prieto. He has already played 2 games, but he is done as he broke his arm during the last series, and he was rolling with a 2-0 record at a 1.38 to earned run average. But the Bucks are going to be without him for the rest of the season, so it will be definitely a tough challenge for the Bucks to try to figure out a way to extend their pitching for what they hope to be a successful and potentially long series. They're exchanging line of cards as we speak. Let's take a real quick break. When we come back, we will have the starting lineups, as they've already announced them here, but we'll bring them to you here on the Sports Fan Best Network, and we'll also have the first pitch, Game 1, coming up next. This is the Perky Valley Twilight League Championship Series. Fireside Bar and Grill is family-owned by the Penna families since 2006, believing in building a strong community by supporting local schools, sports teams, municipalities, and charities. A proud sponsor of Ambler Brewers baseball, Fireside continuously receives awards year after year for the best food, the best wings, the best business lunches, to the best sports bar in the Ambler area. They're also open for indoor and outdoor seating, plus curbside pickup. That's the Fireside Bar and Grill in Ambler. Visit them today. The Catanzaro Family Insurance Agency has been a staple in Ambler since 1974 and is now an independent insurance office representing various carriers for your home, auto, commercial, and life insurance needs. They are well known in the Ambler area for competitive rates, excellent service, and knowledgeable professionals. Also, they're a proud sponsor of Ambler Brewers Baseball and the Perky League since 1992. So check them out at www.catanzaroifs.com. or give them a call at 215-643-6267. Welcome back, everybody. Once again, live from Hostellia Field in North Wales, getting ready for Game 1 of the Perky League Championship Series. As we mentioned earlier, both teams have been announced, so we'll do so here on the air. First, for the visiting Valley Forge Bucks, leading off will be Marquise Wood. He'll play at center field, batting second, and the second baseman, Colt Narciso. Batting third, the shortstop, Dylan Tice, and batting fourth is the first baseman, Andrew Curran. Batting fifth, designated hitter, Christopher Connor. Batting sixth, the right fielder, Alan Goodwin. In the seventh spot will be left fielder Jason Smiley. Batting eighth, Eric Bideman. He'll be the catcher, and Matt Seipel will play at third base and round out the order. For the Skippack Lumberjacks, leading off will be Rob Zinsmeyer. He'll play at center field, at Zinsmeister, if we want to say it correctly. Batting second is the shortstop, Matt Cavagnero. Batting third is Charlie Hooker. He'll play in left field. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Lenny Del Grippo. Batting fifth, right fielder Kyle Wenger. In the sixth spot, the catcher, Frank Pollock. Batting seventh is Jim Fasano, playing over at first base. Batting eighth, Jason Kilmer. He'll play at third. And batting ninth is Chad Evans, and he'll play at second base. So there are your starting lineups. The Lumberjacks are on the field. Let's take a real quick 30-second break. And when we come back, we'll be all set for first pitch as you're watching Game 1 of the Perky League Championship Series. Norgwin Packers Baseball is brought to you by Jackets and Things. At Jackets and Things, it's always game on with jerseys and hats from all four major sports. Whether you're looking for embroidery, screen printing, heat-applied lettering, or stitched tackle twill, Jackets and Things excels at custom products. Also, is your child's Holy Communion coming up? Well, Jackets and Things have been providing dresses, suits, and more since 1969. So for all of that and much more, check out their website at things.com. Jackets and Things, the official apparel provider of the Norgwin Packers. Well, as we mentioned, the Lumberjacks are on the field to get things rolling here in game number 1. All 5 games potentially will be played right here at Hostelli Field. We'll go back and forth game to game as to who'll be the home team. So the only difference will be color of jersey and who plays at the who is able to hit at the bottom of each inning. So it looks like we're just about ready to roll. The shadows may play a bit of a factor early on. It's a beautiful night for baseball, by the way. Not a lot of clouds in the sky, 74 degrees. Supposed to get real chilly over the next couple hours. We may dip to about 65 degrees by the time we're done. So that will certainly change the way this game will roll on. As it looks like we're ready to go. As you can see on the field, Skippack is in the white with the neon green and black. And Valley Forge is ready to get rolling. This is Marquise Wood to lead things off for the Bucks. He'll hit from the right side. Wood hitting .318 during these playoffs with a homer and 6 RBI, riding a 3-game hit streak. And he'll start off at center field. One improvement from the regular season to the playoffs, we've added an umpire, so we have 3 umpires in this one. We'll hopefully get their names by the end of this one, as the first pitch is swung on and missed, and we are underway. A little bit of a delay to start things off at 7:47. As we did have some field issues that they wanted to attend to. As here's the 0-1. Breaking ball, this is outside and low. 1 ball and 1 strike here to Marquise Wood. As we mentioned, hitting .318. He's 7 for 22 during these playoffs. The 1-1. In there for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Wood. As mentioned on the mound, Tyler Ekman. A 1.93 ERA, as that is just below the strike zone, 2-2. That 1.93 during the regular season, 4-1 record as well. 49 strikeouts, which is second in the circuit. As Ekman agrees on the sign, rocks back and fires the 2-2. Waved at and pokes it, spins fair, and then spins right back foul. So we'll keep it at 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Marquise Wood. 7-inning contest, as per usual, and another change from regular season to the playoffs. If we do go to extras in any of these games, we will not have the courtesy runner over at second base. Everything else pretty much stays the same. Marquise Wood, just 21 years old, out of Philadelphia. And he faces another 2-2. Breaking ball in there, and he struck him out. First strikeout for Ekman, and it's 1 away. Yeah, must have been looking for something different because that was heading towards the inside part of the plate, then took a wicked curve right over the plate. So with 1 out, nobody on, here comes Colt Narciso. Ekman using that full windup, ready to go with the first pitch to Narciso. Swung on, laced foul down the right field side. And it is 0-1. Narciso, 21 years old, from Jeffersonville, Pennsylvania. Third best batting average and stole the most bases. So the Lumberjacks want to keep him off the base paths as possible as he swings and misses on an inside pitch. It's 0-2. Narciso having been a rough playoff, hitting .192, no homers, 1 RBI. So here comes the 0-2. Breaking ball, misses low and inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Narciso. And in spite of being the defending league champions, Valley Forge still a relatively young team. Most guys in their 20s. As here comes the 1-2. Swung on, foul tip in and out of the glove of Pollock. So Narciso stays alive. Skippack, on the other hand, average age is in the early 30s. There's a lot of experience on this Lumberjack team. You may remember last year's Ambler Brewers and Lansdale Tigers formed the Lumberjacks as the breaking ball is on the inside corner, and he struck him out. 2 straight strikeouts for Ekman, and it's 2 away. Got them both looking on pretty much the same pitch. A breaking ball heading towards the hip and then curled right over the plate. So 2 outs, nobody on. And here comes Dylan Tice. .286 hitter during the playoffs. No homers and 1 RBI. Hitting from the left side, the first lefty we see as the first pitch is on the inside corner, 0-1. Tyson, modest 2-game hit streak. If he gets on, it'll be Andrew Curran that follows. Here's the 0-1. He chops that one foul on the right side. And it's quickly 0-2. Something Ekman's done very well to start things off. First pitch strikes and really attacking the strike zone. Tice, a former Cardinal draft pick back in 2015, faces the 0-2. Check swing, doesn't matter. Oh, looked like it's a little bit high. I thought that might have been called a strike there. Just looking at the body language of the umpire. Looked like he was getting up to ready to throw that arm out, but decides not to. So it's a 1-2 count, and the pitch on its way. Breaking ball misses outside, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tice reached as high as high A ball. Well, the former high A ball in the Florida State League back in 2016 in Palm Beach, the 2-2. Inside, gets away from the catcher. Good comeback here from Tice, going from 0-2 to 3-2. Last year, Tice had a little bit of a pro appearance with the Milwaukee Milkmen. As here comes a 3-2. Breaking ball misses outside and low, ball 4. So after 2 strikeouts, first walk given up by Ekman, and a chance here for Andrew Curran. Little 2-out magic, at least that's what they're hoping for here for the Valley Forge Bucks. So here comes the first pitch. Breaking ball on the inside corner, first strike, 0-1. Curran, 20 years old, out of Harleysville, Pennsylvania. Just finished off his sophomore year at Newman University down in Aston. So here comes the 0-1. Swung on and belted towards right field. Long run here for Wenger. Still on the run. He'll bounce in front of him and drop for a base hit. Trying to go first to third, and doing so is Tice. He'll make a wide turn. As the first hit of the game belongs to Curran. Runners on the corners with 2 away for Christopher Connor. So he just took that outside pitch the other way as we take a quick peek at it. That's some good hitting there by Curran. And just took it the other way. So the DH, Connor, steps up, 32-year-old. He's got some doubles power to him. His first pitch is outside for a ball. 8 doubles on the year, which was tied for 4th during the regular season. Hitting .200 during the playoffs so far. No homers and 2 RBI. Breaking ball in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Doesn't matter the level. Regular season and playoffs are just a completely different animal. The quality of teams obviously rises as you move along in the playoffs. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, chopped right in front of the plate. Tough play. It's coming off the mound as Ekman picks up with a bare hand, throws the first in time, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left after a half inning. It's Valley Forge nothing. Skippack coming to bat as you're watching the Perky League Championship Series on the Sports Fan Base Network.
I would describe the law firm in one word as family.
Team.
Family.
Focus.
Dedicated.
Aggressive.
Winning.
Compassion.
Family.
Family.
I think there's a family feel in this whole firm.
It was 1984, and I was working for another law firm along with my soon-to-be partner, Drew D'Angelo. We had a vision that we wanted to represent people from Northeast Philadelphia who came from the same kind of background that we came from. We were the sons of construction workers and police officers and firemen, and we had a natural client base, so we took a shot.
We handle catastrophic cases here. We have the capital. We have 100 years plus of experience. We know what we're doing.
I know the way construction job works. So when I'm taking a deposition of a superintendent for a general contractor, he's going to know right away that I know what I'm talking about. And that gives me a depth of experience that I don't think other lawyers in this field have.
Each attorney and staff member has been handpicked, not just because we're very good at what we do, but because we share the same philosophies and values.
I like to root for the underdog, and they have that underdog mentality here.
We head now to the bottom of the first inning. Valley Forge put together a quick two-out rally but could not convert. So Skippack ready to step up with Rob Zinsmeister, Matt Cavagnaro, and Charlie Hooker due up. Taking a look at the defense for Valley Forge, it'll be Andrew Curran at first, Colt Narciso at second, Dylan Tyson short, Matt Seipels at third. Jason Smiley's in left field, Marquise Wood in center, Alan Goodwin in right field, Eric Bideman is behind the plate, Mike Anthony is the pitcher. Works exclusively from the stretch as Zinsmeister is ready to go. A .375 hitter during the playoffs. First pitch he sees. High and outside for a ball. No homers, 3 RBI as he's reached in his last 3 games. The pitch on the outside. No, just missed outside. 2 balls and no strikes. It is Zinsmeister's. He reaches so well. .577 on-base percentage. 9 walks during these playoffs, but this time faces a strike, and it's 2-1. Again, this is a team that does a very good job of getting on base. A number of on-base percentages in the mid-500s. Here's the 2-1. Outside and low for a ball. 3 balls and 1 strike to Zinsmeister. 30 years old from Hatfield, out of Indiana University of Pennsylvania. Played a bit in the Can-Am League for the New Jersey Jackals. So here's the 3-1. Swung on line shot into left field for a base hit. Slams it off the lip of the grass. It's the first hit of the game for the Lumberjacks. So quick start here for Skippack as they have a man on with nobody out. And here's Matt Cavagnaro who'll hit from the left side. One of the elder statesmen of the team, 35 years old, out of Brightwaters, New York. Reaches high as what was then called high A ball at the Lynchburg Hillcats. So here's the first pitch to him. That's in there for a strike. Finished up his pro career in the Atlantic League with the Long Island Ducks, but has since been plying his trade here in the Perky League. So here's the 0-1. Nope, it'll be a throw on over to first, which chases back Zinsmeister. Zinsmeister, during these playoffs, again, playoff is just 8 games old for the Lumberjacks. 7 steals. He's been caught once. So certainly not afraid to go, as here's the 0-1. Swung on, has grounded over towards short. Shovel on the second for 1. The spin to first, and it is in time. Double play. Tice to Narciso to Curran. 2 outs, nobody on for Charlie Hooker. And not easy to double up that combination of Zinsmeister and Cavagnaro. Both guys with some pretty good speed. So with 2 outs and nobody on here in the bottom of the first, here's Charlie Hooker. Hooker's got some power to his game. In a league, again, it's only a 24-game league, at least it was this year. 4 home runs, which was tied for 4th in the Perky. And so far has 1 home run in the playoffs. That's swung on and missed. And it's 0-1. Hooker hitting .286, the aforementioned 1 home run and 4 RBI, riding a 3-game hit streak. Anthony fires in, swung on and missed, and it's 0-2. So Hooker does a good job of stepping out. The 25-year-old from Warrington and Alderson Broadus College. Graduated there in 2018. Was a .331 hitter with 144 RBI during his 4 years collegiately. But this one swings and misses on the breaking ball. And that's strike 3. First strikeout of the game for Mike Anthony. Retires the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left after 1. We're scoreless as you're watching the Perky League Championship Series on the Sports Fanbase Network.
This game is brought to you in part by Donnelly's Home Comfort Specialists, your local plumbing, heating, and air conditioning professionals. Donnelly's knows when you have a plumbing, heating, or air conditioning problem, there's nothing more frustrating than price creep. You know, that thing that happens when a company tells you a job is going to cost one amount and then the final bill is much, much higher. Donnelly's doesn't like it either, which is why they feature no surprises pricing. The price they quote is the final cost you'll pay. You'll never be blindsided with hidden costs or a higher than expected bill with Donnelly's. Visit Donnelly's online at Donnellys.com. That's the number 4, DONNELLYS.com.
An eventful but scoreless first inning on both sides of the ledger. We head to the top of the second. It'll be Alan Goodwin, Jason Smiley, and Eric Bideman due up for the Valley Forge Bucks, 6, 7, and 8. As Tyler Ekman gets ready for his second inning of work. Tom Wilms here, thanks so much for joining us here on the Sports Fanbase Network. Our second season of covering the Perky League Championship Series. First pitch to Goodwin is swung and fouled back to the screen, shaking the home plate camera. And it's 0-1. Goodwin hitting 150 on the playoff. No homers and 4 RBI. Ekman with the deep breath and the 0-1 pitch. Way outside, and it's 1 ball and a 1 strike to Goodwin. Right fielder today for the Valley Forge Bucks. Goodwin, 21 years old. So here comes the 1-1. That is just below the knees. 2 balls and a 1 strike. Goodwin hit .293 during the regular season. So here comes the 2-1. Breaking ball, fouled off to the right out of play. Oh, and it hit a car. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And a number of fans elect to park back behind the snack bar, taking a chance. It was definitely the distinctive thud of a hood. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on, fouled off hard off the screen, just over the dugout of the Valley Forge Bucks. So we stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes, and that's why they have the fence in front of the dugouts. Although both teams into it, of course. It's the playoffs, it's the finals. So here is the 2-2. Outside and low. 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Goodwin. So, you know, both teams are going to be top step, which means they're going to have their heads on a swivel. Not exactly a lot of foul territory here at Hostelli Field. Full count here to Goodwin as here comes the payoff from Ekman. Swung on and missed, and he struck him out. Heavy fastball challenged him. 3rd strikeout for Ekman, and it's 1 away. Here comes the left fielder, Jason Smiley. 200 hitter during these playoffs. No homers, no RBI. So here comes the first pitch from Ekman. Swung on, line shot down the left field line. That'll be a fair ball as it heads towards the corner. Cut off by Hooker, wide turn by Smiley, but he stays put with a 1-out single. Second hit of the game for Valley Forge. Just basically took that pitch, maybe a little bit behind it, but certainly took it the other way perfectly. Didn't try to do too much. So with 1 out and 1 on, here's Eric Bideman. Bideman hitting 111, no homers, no RBI. And the first pitch to him, high fastball. And it is now 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes here to Bideman. A career .250 hitter at Wilkes University up near the Scranton area, the Wilkes Colonels. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on, it's a high pop-up, left side of the infield. Kelmer coming in. He'll make the two-hand catch, and it's 2 away. So Smiley stuck at first with 2 outs, go to the bottom of the order now, and here's Matt Seipel. The 28-year-old hitting .400 during these playoffs. He's 4 for 10 with a couple of runs scored and a 3-game hit streak. Still scoreless here, top of the second inning of what is a scheduled 7-inning game. First pitch, right down the pipe, and it's 0-1. And one big change from last year, obviously the date of the games. Last year we were going into October. So here's the 0-1. Swung on and missed. He chased one low and outside, and it's 0-2. Also, all neutral site games. Last year we bounced around a bunch. Last year's 4-game final, I think, took 5 days. I think it took actually 6. So here's the pitch. Runner goes. Pitch is high for a ball. Throw to second. Is not in time. Gets away. And no advance from Smiley. Didn't want to take the chance with 2 away of getting thrown out, so he picks up the steal. And it'll be a 1-2 count here to Seipel. So he goes from 0-2, a man on at first, and in big trouble. Now, if he drops one into the outfield, the Bucks can take the lead. As Jason Smiley picks up his 3rd steal of the playoffs. But it is a 1-2 count to Seipel in the pitch. Outside and low. Deuce is wild on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. Here in the top of the second inning. Seipel not only trying to drive in Smiley, but trying to send it along to the top of the order. Open stance from that right side. Here's the pitch. Inside as he gets away from it. And it's now 3-2. So he went from 0-2 to 3-2. And again, Marquise Wood waits on deck for the Bucks. Lights on and a beautiful evening here in North Wales. In the pitch. High for a ball, ball 4. First walk given up, actually second walk given up by Ekman. First and second with the 2 away here in the top of the second inning. Still scoreless. And here's Marquise Wood, struck out looking to start off the game. Not a bad first turn through the lineup for Ekman. As the first pitch misses, and it's 1-0. Again, 3 strikeouts, couple of hits, couple of walks. But again, potential to give up a run here. So here is the 1-0 pitch from Ekman. Swung on and missed, and it's 1-1. Looked like there was a bit of a step there from Wood as he tried to get a little bit extra oomph on that one, but a little late on that swing. 1 ball and 1 strike down to Wood. Here's the pitch. On the outside corner for a strike. And it's 1-2. Marquise Wood out of Goldie Beacom College down in Delaware. Wilmington, that is. It's a Division II school. Here's the 1-2. Swung on and missed, and he struck him out. Second strikeout of the inning, 4th of the game for Ekman, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left. After 1.5, we remain scoreless. So you're watching the Perky League Championship Series here on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Wetter Landscaping. Rob and Amanda Wetter started Wetter Landscaping back in 2002 with the idea of combining the tenacity and ambition of a small family-run business with the strength of a top service provider. Wetter Landscaping provides lawn care, commercial services, landscaping, and a host of other professional endeavors. Give them a call at 215-661-1966, or you can give them a visit at 2110 Wentz Church Road in Lansdale. Auto insurance going up and up? Not sure if you have the right coverage on your home? Just moved into that new apartment or condo? Give Delaney Kustra a call for a thorough review. She's the newest member of the Jack Kustra Insurance Agency, established over 40 years ago. With multiple insurance companies to work with, we can usually find a good match for your unique needs and your budget. Call 610-825-7440 for a free quote now. That's 610-825-7440.
Heading now, bottom of the second inning, still scoreless here in Game 1 of the championship series. Middle third of the order for the Lumberjacks. Lenny Del Grippo, followed by Kyle Wenger and Frank Pollock, as Mike Anthony starts his second inning of work. Home plate umpire went for a bit of a walk, so looks like he's ready to go. Still have a loose baseball that almost broke my foot earlier. I'm kidding. That's what I get for having my foot on the fence. Almost got me. Yeah, just so you know, the home plate camera that you're looking at now, I'm right next to it. Not the most ideal view, but certainly get to hear everything down here. So here's the first pitch to Lenny Del Grippo inside, and it's 1-0. Del Grippo having a fine playoff so far, hitting .348, no homers, 3 RBI. So here comes the 1-0. Breaking ball inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Del Grippo, 34 years old, at Temple University back in '99. So here comes the 2-0. Inside, hit him. Skimmed right off his forearm. First hit by pitch of the game. Not the way you want to do it, but you'll take it. First hit by pitch. And leadoff man on for the second straight inning for the Lumberjacks. So here comes Kyle Wenger. Wenger hitting .250, 1 homer, 7 RBI. .423 on-base percentage, though. So here's the first pitch to the lefty. It's high for a ball, goes to 1-0. Wenger had some pro time in the Atlantic League with the Somerset Patriots up in Bridgewater, New Jersey. Now they're the AA affiliate of the Yankees. So here comes the 1-0. On the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike. Wenger, 26 years old, from nearby Souderton. And Delaware Valley University back in 17. All over the leaderboard in the Perky League. Swung on and missed on a breaking ball. And it's 1-2. Wenger second in the batting average, tied for 4th in RBI, tied for 4th in doubles, and tied for 2nd in walks. Short lead over at first by Del Grippo, the 1-2. Swung on, fly ball towards left, but that'll end up out of play. So we do it again at 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Wenger. Yeah, as a 26-year-old, he represents one of the younger players in the lineup today. And a very experienced squad here for Skippack. Regular season champions. The 1-2. Inside low, gets away from the catcher, and jogging towards second on the wild pitch is Del Grippo. So for the first time, Lumberjacks have a man in scoring position. And it will be a 2-2 count to Kyle Wenger. Again, still nobody out in this bottom of the second inning. And Skippack would have loved to have threatened in the first. Got the leadoff single from Zinsmeister, but then the double play appropriately called the rally killer. But now a chance for Skippack to get on the board first here in game one. The look back the second, the 2-2. Swung on, grounded over to the right side. At very least, it'll move up the runner. Throw to first is just in time from Narciso. So Del Grippo to third with one away. And it'll be intriguing to see how Valley Forge plays this. Again, it's a 7-inning game here in the Perky League. Getting that first run is obviously key in a 9-inning game, even more so in a 7-inning contest. But it does look like at least the middle infielders will stay back. Corners will move in a little bit. Actually, they're up towards the grass now, especially over at first current. So here's Frank Pollock. First pitch on its way. Outside for a ball. Pollock hitting .389, no homers, 1 RBI, and a whopping .524 on-base percentage during these playoffs. Again from the stretch, Anthony, the 1-0. That is lifted into left field and deep. Going back here is Smiley towards the track, and it'll bounce towards the fence. Jogging in from third is Del Grippo. On to second with an RBI double as Frank Pollock and the Lumberjacks take a 1-0 lead. That was absolutely roped. No chance for Smiley to catch up to that before it hit the fence. As we take a look at it, he got it in as quickly as possible. In spite of a bit of a bobble there, didn't change the effect of the play, though. So a man on at second and a run in. And a 1-0 lead for the Lumberjacks, and here's Jim Fasano. First pitch on its way. Cut on and missed it, a breaking ball. That's 0-1. Fasano hitting .263, no homers and 5 RBI. Fasano, as you can see, hitting from the left side. Bit of a closed stance, the pitch. Drifts outside for a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Fasano, 38 years old, from Point Pleasant, New Jersey. Reached as high as AA with the Frisco Rough Riders back in 06-07. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, chopped foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And Fasano, again, born in New Jersey, but went to high school at Hatboro Horsham, collegiately, down in Virginia with Richmond. Graduated in 04. And a draft pick of the Texas Rangers, as we mentioned, reaching as high as AA. So here's the 1-2. That is roped down the right field line, and that is a foul ball. That is a tough call for the 3-man umpire crew, as the first base umpire is actually back behind second. The home plate umpire had to make that call from 200 feet away and made it emphatically. By the way, umpires for tonight's game, Bill Rush is behind the plate. Ray DeRazio's at first, and Nick Stampone is over at third. Anthony trying to find his way out of further damage. 1-0 lead. Here's the pitch. That is swung on. It's a pop-up towards right field. Goodwin charges, sets to throw. Makes the catch, and no advance from Pollock. Actually, the throw back behind him. But he is ruled safe, and it's 2 away. Yeah, kind of a sneaky throw there from Goodwin. So 2 outs and a man on at second, and a run already in. Here's Jason Kelmer. Kelmer, the 32-year-old from Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Hitting .294 during these playoffs with 1 homer and 7 RBI. Once again, Anthony trying to limit the damage. That's the first pitch, is in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Kelmer out of Cherry Hill West, Salem County College, and East Stroudsburg University back in 2012. Top 4 in home runs and RBI here in the Perky League. The pitch, swung on, that is roped into left center field. That drops in for a base hit and heads towards the wall. Rounding third and coming to score is Pollock. On to second goes Kelmer. Here comes the throw, and it is in time. The run will score. He'll get an RBI single out of it, but that does retire the side. 2 runs On 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left after 2. It's Skippack 2, Valley Forge nothing. As you're watching the Perky League Championship Series on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Do you feel 10 years older than you are? Are you suffering from joint pain, neck pain, headaches, low back pain, sciatica, carpal tunnel syndrome? Is this pain or discomfort keeping you from doing what you love or need to do? Well, the docs over at Summit Spine and Wellness can help. For the past 20 years, we've been the go-to office for elite athletes, desk jockeys, and weekend warriors alike who have been limited by pain or looking to crush a new PR. Call now, 215-487-2500, and get back in the game of life. Again, call now, 215-487-2500.
Tonight's broadcast of the Perky League Championship Series is brought to you by Eric Lewandowski of Prudential, financial advisor over at Prudential. You can find him at 1980 Southeastern Road here in the Doylestown area, in Doylestown itself. Give him a call at 267-880-4180. We start the top of the third inning, and the first pitch, Colt Narcisso's in for a strike. 2-0 lead for the Valley Forge Bucks. And the pitch on its way. As it grounded over towards short. Picked up by Cavagnaro. Throw to first is in time. And just like that, it's one away. It's exactly what you want if you're Tyler Ekman. You get that crooked number on your side of the ledger. You want to get that first out. Get through that inning quick if you can. And put the pressure on. Again, 2-0 lead for the Lumberjacks. I think I misspoke earlier. 1 out, nobody on. And here's Dylan Tice, the number 3 hitter. First base runner for the Bucks in this game, as he was the recipient of a walk back in the first. The first pitch here from Ekman is a breaking ball in for a strike. Took a little off that one. And it's 0-1. Tice out of Westchester University. Also played a bit at Indiana University in Pennsylvania. That's outside for a ball. That's very intriguing, going from a PSAC West school to a PSAC East school. Not sure if neither the twain shall meet. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, foul, tip into the glove, and it's 1-2. So Tice will go for a bit of a stroll. Mentioned earlier, last year played a bit in the American Association for the Milwaukee Milkmen. So here is the pitch. It's outside and low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And most leagues actually went dormant last year, but the American Association was able to get a short season through last year. So here comes the 2-2 pitch. Just missed outside. It's 3-2. Milwaukee Milkmen, obviously right outside of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Richfield, Wisconsin, I think it is. So here comes the payoff pitch from Ekman. Fouled back, and we'll do it again at 3-2. As mentioned earlier, also played in the St. Louis Cardinal system. Back in 2016, reaching as high as the Palm Beach Cardinals. Here is the payoff pitch. Swung on, foul, tip of the plate. Good job staying alive here by Tice. After Narciso went down after 2 pitches. Tice a full count and a couple of foul-offs. So certainly seeing a full complement from Ekman. Another payoff. High for a ball 4. He draws another walk. So the man on at first. And 1 away. Here's Andrew Curran. Curran single to right in the first inning. As the Bucks threatened in that first inning. First and third with 2 away. That's a breaking ball. It just missed outside. A little bit of a check swing, but it still ruled the ball. So Curran 1 for 1, hitting .421 during these playoffs. That's swung on and foul tip. Ends it back at the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dylan Tice, first 2 walks of the playoffs in this game. Takes a lead off of first. And a little throw on over to first. Not a great move by Ekman. A little bit of a skip. And wasn't that big of a lead by Tice as well. 1 steal, 1 attempt throughout the playoffs. Again, this is game 8 for both teams. Both teams swept the first round. Both teams went 4 games in the semifinals. As an impartial observer, 5-game series would be a lot of fun. So here comes the 1-1. Breaking ball. That pours in for a strike, and it's 1-2. Again, best of 5 here in the Perky League. And the plan is to play all week. The 1-2. Just missed outside. And it's 2-2. Again, that looks like it starts outside part of the plate. And depending on where the break is, it's either going to nip the corner or miss. That one missed. So here's a 2-2. Runner goes. Swung on and missed. Throw to second, and it is not in time. It gets away into center field, but not far enough for an advance. So that is strikeout number 5 for Ekman. But Tice gets his second steal of the playoffs and finds himself in scoring position. So 2 outs now for Chris Connor, who grounded back towards the pitcher in the first inning. And the first pitch to the lefty. Swung on, gets away from the catcher, and no advance. The cardinal rule of baseball is not to make the last out of an inning at third. But I think once Tice hesitated, he decided to stay put. Again, that got away by a good 25 feet. He may have also thought it was fouled off. So here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. It's 0-2. Ekman does have the strikeout pitch working. 2 strikeouts in each of the first 2 innings, trying to pull off the same feat here. With a man on at second, the pitch on its way. Grounded over off the first base bag and down the line. Rounding third is Tice. And on at first with an RBI single is Christopher Connor. The Bucks are on the board, trailing 2-1. That is a tough break there for Valley for Skippack, by the way. As that went right off the bag. That goes a couple of feet in the right direction, and it's a foul ball. So it's a 2-1 game. Connor on it first. First pitch is low to Goodwin. Goodwin 0 for 1, struck out swinging in the second inning. And the pitch. Bounce to the right side and through into right field for a base hit. Looking back is Connor, but he'll stop at second. And Valley Forge all of a sudden finds themselves hot. 2 straight hits to right field. First and second with 2 away for Jason Smiley. It's funny how it works. First inning and a half was pretty quiet. Couple of threats, but nothing major. So here comes the first pitch. Swung on, fouled back, and it's 0-1. And then Skippack scores 2 in the bottom of the second. And so far, 1 here in the third. Smiley 1 for 1. Single to left, stole the base in the second inning. So here comes the pitch. Swung on, a little blooper, back behind short, and that'll drop in for a base hit. Rounding third is Connor. He'll come in to score. The throw goes to third, not in time. Right behind him at second is Smiley. He dives in safely with an RBI hit, and we're tied at 2. Didn't get a ton of it, but it was enough. to just drop in. And a brand new ball game here in the top of the third inning, tied up at 2 apiece. 3 straight hits for the Valley Forge Bucks, and that will draw a visit to the mound. By the way, we're talking about the schedule for the rest of the week. Again, the plan is to play every game this week, Monday through Friday, if needed. And all games would start at 7:30. But we ask you to tune in early because it's 7:15 before each game, at least the first 3 games, including today. They'll have some postseason announcements. And they'll also announce all that stuff on the Perky League website. So it's runners at first and second. 2 away, tie game, and here is Eric Biderman. First pitch to him, swung on and missed. Challenge fastball. Biderman's 0 for 1, popped up on the left side of the infield back in the second inning as we play here in the third, tied at 2. And the 0-1. Swung on and missed. A little two-seam action as that headed inside, and it's now 0-2. Biderman hitting 111 during these playoffs. No homers and 1 RBI. Does draw walks, though. 3 walks in his 4 games played. Here's the pitch. High for a ball. Good idea there from Ekman, trying to get him to chase. And runners at second and third with 2 away, tied up at 2. The 1-2. Ground ball to the left side. That'll go off a glove. And no play. Coming in to score from third is Goodwin. Smiley to third, and Biderman is on at first. And the Valley Forge Bucks have taken a 3-2 lead. As we take a look at that play, again, just kind of lunged to his left, lost his footing, and then lost the ball. We'll unofficially call that an infield hit. We'll get confirmation later as the first pitch to Seipel is in for a strike. So it's now runners on the corners, 3 runs in on 4 hits. Seipel walked his first time up and waves at that one, misses. It's 0-2. So now light at the end of this tunnel here for Ekman as he peeks on over to first. The 0-2. Foul back and out of play. We go again at 3 balls and actually no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That is blooped out towards center field, and that will drop in for a base hit. Coming in to score is Smiley. On to second is Biderman, and Seipel's on first with an RBI bloop single. It's now 4-2 Valley Forge. 5 straight hits for the Bucks. As the 9th man to hit in the inning will step to the plate in the person of Marquise Wood. And not exactly hit hard, but perfectly placed. First pitch is into Wood, and that misses. Wood's 0 for 2, struck out looking in the first, swinging in the second. The pitch, breaking ball, that's fouled off, and it is 1 ball and 1 strike. And big 2-out rally here for the Bucks, leading now 4-2. The pitch swung on, popped up back behind home plate, but it will make its way out of play. And it's 1-2. Didn't have a lot on that, so anyone near the fence kind of ducked in covered. Ekman looks back, and here comes the 1-2. Outside for a ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's some milling about in the bullpen for Skippack. They may have somebody starting to warm, and they do. Here's the pitch. Fouled off of the plate. We'll do it again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Looks like it's Luke Fournier warming up for Skippack. Okay, don't want to blow through the entire bullpen if you can help it. Here comes the 2-2. Check swing, went too far, and he struck him out. 6th strikeout of the game for Ekman, but the damage has been done. 4 runs coming in on 5 hits, no errors, and 2 men left after 2.5. It's Valley Forge 4, Skippack 2. You're watching the Perky League Championship Series on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Fireside Bar and Grill is family owned by the Penna families since 2006, believing in building a strong community by supporting local schools, sports teams, municipalities, and charities. A proud sponsor of Ambler Brewers baseball, Fireside continuously receives awards year after year for the best food, the best wings, the best business lunches, to the best sports bar in the Ambler area. They're also open for indoor and outdoor seating, plus curbside pickup. That's the Fireside Bar and Grill in Ambler. Visit them today. The Catanzaro Family Insurance Agency has been a staple in Ambler since 1974 and is now an independent insurance office representing various carriers for your home, auto, commercial, and life insurance needs. They are well known in the Ambler area for competitive rates, excellent service, and knowledgeable professionals. Also, they're a proud sponsor of Ambler Brewers Baseball and the Perky League since 1992. So check them out at www.catanzaroifs.com or give them a call at 215-643-6267.
We head now to the bottom of the 3rd inning. 4-2 lead for the Valley Forge Bucks. This is game 1, and it's been eventful. No 1-2-3 innings here. Well, we had 1-2-3 the hard way in the first for Skippack. But either way, it'll be 9-1-2 now for the Lumberjacks. As here's Chad Evans. First pitch is on its way. High and inside as he spins out of the way. Evans, the second baseman out of Collegeville. Penn State Berks heading into his senior year. Led the league in walks this year. He's got a good eye. Didn't need the good eye the last 2 pitches. Had the limbo out of the way of those. But 20 walks during the regular season for Austin Chad Evans. Hitting .556. No homers and 7 RBIs. That's swung on and fouled back. But only did play in 5 games. Actually, that's the playoff number. 5 appearances, 4 starts. But dating back to the regular season, he's got a 10-game hitting streak. And Skippack's going to need it, down 4-2. So here comes the pitch. Swung on that, is ripped into center field, and that will drop in for a base hit. A late slide by Wood, and he'll sneak past him. Heading towards second is Evans. Here comes the throw on one hop, the tag down, and he's out. Heads up play in center field by Wood after a gaff. He dove late, it hopped over him, reached back for it, and fired a one-hopper to nab Evans, trying to get that extra base. Second straight plate appearance for Skippack ending in that way. Jason Kelmer at the end of the second with a RBI single and thrown out at second trying to extend to a double. Same goes there for Evans. So 1 out, nobody on. We go to the top of the Skippack order, and here's Rob Zinsmeister. But first, Mike Anthony will take a beat. First pitch on its way is low for a ball. Zinsmeister is 1 for 1. He's swinging to left to start off the offensive day for the Lumberjacks, but was eliminated on a double play. So here's the 1-0. Swung on, line shot into center field for a base hit. Racing over is Wood. And you'll bet there that the Lumberjacks and Rob Zinsmeister is going to stay put at first. 4th hit of the game for Skippack. Actually, I'll correct myself. That is the 5th hit of the game. So 1 out and 1 on here for Matt Cavagnaro. He's 0 for 1, grounded into a 6-4-3 double play in the first inning. And Anthony, a little slow, a little tardy to get on the bump. And again, this is a team with some speed, so keep an eye on this. Zinsmeister and Cavagnaro with some pretty good speed. And the pitch is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. And during these playoffs, Cavagnaro 3 steals, but again, can't steal first. Zinsmeister, 7 steals on 8 attempts. So here comes the pitch, and then it's a fastball outside for a ball. Goes to 1-1. Again, down 2 here in the third. Don't want to get thrown out at second, especially since you've already been thrown out twice trying to extend singles into doubles. But you also want to make something happen out there. So here comes the 1-1. Swung on Chopper, back behind the mound, reaching over the shortstop. Nice flip on over to second. Got him. That is a beautiful play by Dylan Tice to shovel on over to Narciso. But looks like we have a bit of a concern there. Again, it was a bit of a collision, nothing nefarious. Again, it was just a hard slide into second. As we take a peek at that one, Narciso had to reach back behind him. And as he tried to spin, he got took out. May have inadvertently spiked him a bit. So 2 outs and a man on at first as Cavagnaro reaches on the fielder's choice. And here comes Charlie Hooker. Hooker 0 for 1, struck out swinging to end the first inning. Man on at first and 2 away here in the bottom of the third. Pitch on its way. Breaking ball swung on and belted to center field and deep. Going back is Wood, heading towards the track, to the wall, and it is gone. Goodbye. 2-run home run for Charlie Hooker. And we are tied at 4. You knew off the bat that had a great chance to get out of here as Marquise Wood chased it to the wall, but watched it fly. Again, a 2-run home run for Hooker. His second home run of the playoffs. And once again, a brand new game. So that also clears the bases with 2 away for Lenny Del Grippo. And the first pitch to him. Check swing foul. As I think that would look like a swing where he's swinging no matter what. As he started that swing a little early, and it was coming in towards his hand, and he was already committed, so he just went for it. But again, chopped it foul. So here's the 0-1. Inside, and that's off of him, foul. And Anthony going inside on Del Grippo. And Lenny's going to go for a bit of a walk. Hit by a pitch in the second, also scored. And it's pretty obvious. I didn't want to say painfully obvious, especially with Lenny Del Grippo walking around. But it is that they're really trying to bust him inside. Let's see how he responds. Let's see how maybe Anthony will try to extend the strike zone the other way. So here comes the 0-2. Swung on hard grounder towards short. Scooped up by Tice. Throw to first is high. And able to get down in the bag is Curran. And that will retire the side in interesting fashion. But 2 runs come in to score on 3 hits, including the 2-run homer by Charlie Hooker. No errors and nobody left. After 3, we are tied at 4. You're watching Game 1 of the Perky League Championship Series here on the Sports Fanbase Network.
I would describe the law firm in one word as family.
Team. Family. Focus. Dedicated.
Aggressive.
Winning.
Compassion.
Family.
Family. I think there's a family feel in this whole firm.
It was 1984, and I was working for another law firm along with my soon-to-be partner, Drew D'Angelo. We had a vision that we wanted to represent people from Northeast Philadelphia who came from the same kind of background that we came from. We were the sons of construction workers and police officers and firemen, and we had a natural client base, so we took a shot.
We handle catastrophic cases here. We have the capital. We have 100 years plus of experience. We know what we're doing.
I know the way construction job works. So when I'm taking a deposition of a superintendent for a general contractor, he's going to know right away that I know what I'm talking about. And that gives me a depth of experience that I don't think other lawyers in this field have.
Each attorney and staff member has been handpicked not just because we're very good at what we do, but because we share the same philosophies and values.
I like to root for the underdog, and they have that underdog mentality here.
Four runs, 7 hits, no errors, 6 men left on base for the Valley Forge Bucks. 4 runs, 6 hits, no errors, nobody left on base for the Skippack Lumberjacks. We go to the top of the 4th inning, as we mentioned, tied up at 4. From Hostelli Field in North Wales, Pennsylvania, first pitch due into Colt Narciso is way outside for a ball. And it's 1-0. Narciso followed by Dylan Tice and Andrew Curran, 2, 3, and 4 in the Valley Forge order. Here comes the 1-0, breaking ball low for a ball, goes to 2-0. Tyler Ekman, last inning, gave up 5 straight RBI singles, some of the bloop varieties. Here's the 2-0. On the outside corner for a strike, it's 2-1. But he's back out there in spite of some still milling about in the Lumberjack bullpen. So here comes the 2-1 pitch. Inside, hit him. Ooh, and it sounded painful. Right on the hand. They're saying that it hit him in the wrist. That doesn't make it any better. I think the question was asked by Skippack to make sure he didn't swing or it hit the bat. But when you get hit in the hand or on the wrist, there's so many of those small little bones, and there's nowhere for your hand to go against the bat. So Narciso is getting looked at. And again, Valley Forge cannot afford any further injuries. Again, one of their top pitchers is unavailable for this series, Dominic Prieto. So to lose somebody like Colt Narciso would be a rough way to go as well. Again, hopefully he'll be all right, but that is the first hit by pitch by Ekman. He will take his place at first base, but I'm sure they'll keep an eye on him, and I'm sure he'll be flexing that hand to make sure that everything's okay to take the field next inning. So you don't mind the result. You just wish it didn't come with a bruise. Man on at first with nobody out here in the top of the 4th inning after putting up a 4-spot last inning and giving up 2 in the bottom of the inning. Valley Forge wants to get right back to it. So here's Tice, who's walked twice. First pitch to him. Swung on fly ball left field. Charging in his hooker, gets underneath it and makes the catch. And it's 1 away. So after Tice reaches twice on walks, you're scoring a run in the 3rd. Takes the first pitch and goes the other way with it. Just could not keep it on the ground. 1 out, 1 on for Andrew Curran. Curran 1 for 2, singled to right in the 1st, and then struck out swinging in the 3rd. As Ekman will take a peek on over to first, and the first pitch. Swung on foul back to the screen. And it's 0-1. Heading right towards the camera. Just a little bit to its left. We don't want to find out what happens if it hits the camera. Again, the camera's a little offset, but we still don't want to find out. The 0-1. Cut on and missed on a breaking ball, and it's 0-2. I'm sure fan-wise, may not mind watching the game from the base camera, but we like this view as well. So here comes the 0-2. Just missed outside. He tried to extend the strike zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to Curran. Coming into these playoffs, hitting .421 thanks to the single in the 1st. Now has a 5-game hit streak. The 1-2. Check swing and able to just get a piece of it. So he just basically threw the barrel at it. Stays 1 ball and 2 strikes. And offensive's surprisingly alive. Again, both of these pitching staffs are top-notch. And you have to be to get to this point of the season. But you're also facing the top hitters. The 1-2. Outside for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And no action in the bullpen right now for Skippack. They had somebody up in the 3rd rather, as we play in the 4th. The 2-2. Swung on and missed, and he struck him out. Strikeout number 7 for Tyler Ekman. It's 2 away. Second time that Curran's gone down via the strikeout. So 2 outs, man on at first, and here's Christopher Connor, the DH. He's 1 for 2. First pitch to him. Fouled off to the left out of play. And it's 0-1. Connor ground out in the 1st. RBI single to right and scored in the third. We play again top of the fourth. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Chopper over the mound, charging over Evans, reaches out, makes the backhand, shovels on over, but not in time. It gets away in the infield, and heading towards third is Narciso. Heads up play there as they tried the miracle flip on over to second, and it just got away in the infield. So it'll be runners on the corners with two away, and you saw last inning what the Bucks were able to do with two outs. See if they can do more with Alan Goodwin stepping up. Goodwin is 1 for 2, but first we'll have a confab on the mound. I'm going to pencil that in as an infield hit and an error on the throw, just to allow Narciso to head on over towards third. But again, that's unofficial. We'll get the official account in between innings. So the confab not all that long. And again, Goodwin steps up. And the first pitch to him is outside for a ball. Goodwin struck out in the second. RBI single and scored in the third. Narciso on at third. Connor on at first. And the pitch. Check swing. Went too far. And it's 1-1. More of a flip swing. Kind of realized he wasn't going to hold up. Didn't want to break his own wrists. So kind of just badminton flipped the bat. Big spot here. Heading towards the halfway point of the game. Tied at 4, the 1-1. Just missed outside. It's been pretty consistent, that call. Again, outside corner and beyond has been called the ball on the right-handed hitters. That's all you can really ask for is consistency. The 2-1. Waved at and missed. He chased one high. It's 2-2. Deuce is wild on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away. 4-4 game in the fourth. As Ekman steps right back out, gives the international signal of my bad. And now he's ready to go as he peers on over towards first. The 2-2 swung on, foul, backing out of play. So we go again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Infield back, corners playing towards the line, especially over at first with Fasal holding on his man. The 2-2 weaved out and missed, and he struck him out. 8th strikeout of the game for Ekman, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and 2 men left after 3.5. We're halfway through. We're tied up at 4. You're watching Game 1 of the Perky League Championship Series on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Norgwin Packers Baseball is brought to you by Jackets and Things. At Jackets and Things, it's always game on with jerseys and hats from all 4 major sports. Whether you're looking for embroidery, screen printing, heat-applied lettering, or stitched tackle twill, Jackets and Things excels at custom products. Also, is your child's Holy Communion coming up? Well, Jackets and Things have been providing dresses, suits, and more since 1969. So for all of that and much more, check out their website at things.com. Jackets and Things, the official apparel provider of the Norgwin Packers. This game is brought to you in part by Donnelly's Home Comfort Specialists, your local plumbing, heating, and air conditioning professionals. Donnelly's knows when you have a plumbing, heating, or air conditioning problem, there's nothing more frustrating than price creep. You know, that thing that happens when a company tells you a job is going to cost one amount and then the final bill is much, much higher. Donnelly's doesn't like it either, which is why they feature no surprises pricing. The price they quote is the final cost you'll pay. You'll never be blindsided with hidden costs or a higher than expected bill with Donnelly's. Visit Donnelly's online at Donnellys.com. That's the number 4, DONNELLYS.com.
We head now to the bottom of the 4th inning, tied up at 4, and some not so good news for the Valley Forge Bucks as Colt Narciso is going to get his hand looked at after getting hit by a pitch to lead off the top of the 4th inning. So Francisco Tavares takes over straight up as the second baseman, and he'll also take over at the number 2 slot in the lineup. Kyle Wenger steps up. He's a number 5 hitter, and the first pitch to him is low and inside. It's 1-0. It'll be Wenger, followed by Pollock and Fasano. 5, 6, and 7. Wenger's 0 for 1. He grounded out in the second. Anthony in his fourth inning of work, the 1-0. Drifts outside for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Notice a couple of guys down in the bullpen for the Bucs starting to stretch out, but again, getting to that time of the game. Especially in a 7-inning contest. The 2-0. Swung on hard, grounder up the middle, rolling over, hits the lip and gets away from Tyson to center field for a base hit. Don't think Tyson would have gotten there anyway, but that is one of the quirks of Hostelli Field. If you think the lip of the of Wrigley Field in the 70s was nasty, this is pretty much on par. Seventh hit of the game for Skippack. And every single inning, they've had the leadoff man on. See what Frank Pollock can do with it. Pollock 1 for 1, RBI double and scored in the second. First pitch. High and inside for a ball. Goes to 1-0. What that means for Mike Anthony is that he's been working under stress pretty much the entire game. Again, only one inning in which he's faced the minimum. As this is swung and belted into right field. Chasing over Goodwin. Makes a running catch. That was hit absolutely on the screws by Pollock. But Goodwin got a great jump. So 1 out and 1 on. And here's Jim Fasano. Fasano flew out to right in the second. He's 0 for 1. And kind of knew that you'd see some hard hit balls in this series. And I think besides the home run by Hooker last inning, that might be the hardest one we've seen so far. Again, this is just game 1, and we're barely halfway through. First pitch to Fasano. There's a breaking ball in there for a strike, 0-1. As we mentioned, popped up in the right field in the second inning. And the 0-1 on its way is outside for a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Fasano hitting .263 coming into the series. .263 in the playoffs so far, that is. Here comes the 1-1. That drifts outside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. It was 2 in the second by Skippack, 4 in the third by Valley Forge, 2 in the third for Skippack, and that's where we stand. Here's the 2-1. Cut on and missed on a breaking ball. And it's now 2-2. Fasano during the regular season, 308 hitter with a homer and 17 RBI. Gets on pretty well. 11 walks. Russell strikes out a bit. The 2-2. Be a thrown over to first. But I will say that Fasano does not get cheated. His swings, for the most part, are pretty heavy. Here's the 2-2. Inside low, gets away from the catcher. And Wenger will head to second on the wild pitch. Really not much that the catcher, Biderman, can do with that. And it's going to be a full count pitch to in here to Fasano. So everyone takes a deep breath. Again, playing in the bottom of the fourth. But again, 7-inning game, so this is kind of like the bottom of the sixth. And I wouldn't expect Wenger to take a big lead, being held close by the shortstop anyways. Here's the payoff. Swung on, chopped foul, and Fasano stays alive. One thing that's been intriguing throughout the playoffs so far is Skippack not afraid to use a large number of pitchers, while Valley Forge has limited it to just 5 total pitchers. The 3-2. Swung on hard grounder, and that is smothered by the first baseman. Thrown over to first. Pitcher covering. Beautiful play by Kern as he went down to his side. Mike Anthony got there just in time. Although Wenger is able to cross over from second to third, it's 2 away. It certainly put a circle around that 3-1 put out. As here's Jason Kelmer. Kelmer is 1 for 1. RBI single to left in the second, but was thrown out at second, trying to extend to a double. The possible lead run here for Skippack is 90 feet away. First pitch to in. Swung on, belted into left, right center field. That'll drop in for a base hit and head towards the wall. Wenger comes in to score from third. Chugging towards second is Kelmer. Here comes the throw. It's not in time. RBI double. Jason Kelmer and the Lumberjacks take a 5-4 lead. Out of the box, you knew he was going to try to go to second on that one again, right towards the fence. Good job by Wood to get over there. He lost the handle on it, but Goodwin fouls it up well on the throw. I don't think it would have mattered if Wood would have gotten there. It would have been a double anyway. But the bottom line is the Skippack Lumberjacks are back in front, leading 5-4. We go to the bottom of the order, and here's Chad Evans. Evans 1 for 1, single to center in the third, but he was thrown out at second trying to extend to a double. First pitch to him is low for a ball and goes to 1-0. Yeah, I really do enjoy the aggressiveness of both Kelmer and Evans. So here's the pitch, and that is in there for a strike. Took a little bit off, and it's 1-1. And the good thing with Kelmer on that last play, he could have been hesitant to go to second. But again, right out of the box, he was thinking too. The look back to second, and the pitch. Misses outside for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Now to Evans. Evans during these playoffs coming in hitting .556. And with that single in the third, has an 11-game hit streak. So here's the pitch, and that is outside and low. 3-1. So we saw some 2-out magic a couple innings ago for Valley Forge. Skippack pulling off the same feed here, taking a 5-4 lead and looking for more. Anthony slows down his pace. And the pitch. On the outside corner, 3-2. That's all you can do there if you're Skippack. And Chad Evans. Again, 3-1 count. You key in a spot, and if it's not where you like it, you let it go. That was just a great pitch on the outside corner. Timeout is called and accepted at the plate. And lights on here at Hostelli Field. A beautiful night. Starting to dip down into the 60s. Getting to those great August nights here in the Perky Valleys. The pitch is low for a ball. Gets away from the catcher. It's going to be a walk, and on to third on the wild pitch goes Kelmer. First walk given up by Anthony. And it'll be runners on the corners with 2 away. We go to the top of the order, and here's Rob Zinsmeister. At least he's getting ready to step up. There is action in the Valley Forge bullpen as the righty is starting to warm up. And I'll admit, from 400 feet away, tough to see the number. But a chance here for the Lumberjacks to add to their 5-4 lead, playing bottom of the 4th inning. 1 run already in on 2 hits and a walk. Thrown over to first, and that chases back Chad Evans. Evans 1 steal, 1 attempt throughout the playoffs. And the pitch. In there for a strike. 2-seam fastball. And it's 0-1 here to Zinsmeister. 2 for 2. See, single to left in the first, single to center in the third. So doing a pretty good job of spraying the ball. Here's the 0-1. Outside for balls. He just missed the corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. I mentioned earlier that the last series for both of these teams ended up going 4 games, so they're battle-tested. As here's the pitch. Swung on, pokes it foul down the right field line. And it's 1-2. Zinsmeister out of IUP. Mentioned that he played in the old Can-Am League, the New Jersey Jackals, and he's a 3-time Perky League MVP. So talk about experience. In big spots, this is a pretty big spot. Game 1 of the finals. Runners on the corners, 2 away. And a 1-run lead in the bottom of the 4th inning. The 1-2. Swung on, ground ball into right field for a base hit. Kelmer scores from third. Evans heads to third. He'll go in standing. The throw to second is not in time. The Lumberjacks have taken a 6-4 lead on a little bit of hit and run there. Evans took off. Tavares went over to cover, and it snuck right past him. And what a game so far for Zinsmeister. Singles to left, to center, and now to right. As we'll have a visit to the mound, and it'll be interesting to see how much longer Mike Anthony will end up going. Again, they have action in the bullpen. Again, it's a tough potential 5 games in 5 days. So blowing through the bullpen may not be an option. It'll be second and third with 2 away, and here comes Matt Cavagnaro. He's 0 for 2. Grounded into a double play in the first and reached on a fielder's choice and scored in the third. First pitch to the lefty. Bounce over to the right side. Tavares there. Gets in front of it. Throw to first is in time. And that will retire the side. But 2 runs come in on 3 hits. No errors and 2 men left. After 4, it's Skippack 6, Valley Forge 4. As you're watching Game 1 of the Perky League Championship Series on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Wetter Landscaping. Rob and Amanda Wetter started Wetter Landscaping back in 2002 with the idea of combining the tenacity and ambition of a small family-run business with the strength of a top service provider. Wetter Landscaping provides lawn care, commercial services, landscaping, and a host of other professional endeavors. Give them a call at 215-661-1966, or you can give them a visit at 2110 Wentz Church Road in Lansdale. Auto insurance going up and up? Not sure if you have the right coverage on your home? Just moved into that new apartment or condo? Give Delaney Kustra a call for a thorough review. She's the newest member of the Jack Kustra Insurance Agency, established over 40 years ago. With multiple insurance companies to work with, we can usually find a good match for your unique needs and your budget. Call 610-825-7440 for a free quote now. That's 610-825-7440.
We head now to the top of the 5th inning as the Skippack Lumberjacks, on the strength of 2-run innings in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, have taken a 6-4 lead. Bottom third of the order for Valley Forge, though. It'll be Jason Smiley, followed by Eric Bideman and Matt Seipel. And this has been a successful group in their 6 plate appearances. They've reached 5 times. And the pitch. Outside for a ball as Tyler Ekman stays in the game for his 5th inning of work. Smiley's 2 for 2. Single stole a base in the 2nd. RBI single scored in the 3rd. This is swung and popped foul out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jason Smiley. Coming in hitting 200 throughout the playoffs. No homers and no RBI. He's had himself a good game. Again, 2 for 2. The 1-1. Squares the bunt and it's bunted straight back. Foul. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Smiley. Out of Royersford, Pennsylvania. Playing at Immaculata. 238 hitter for the Mighty Macs, as that is in there, and he struck him out. Fastball on the inside corner for strikeout number 9 for Ekman. It's one away. So here's Eric Bideman. Bideman 1 for 2. Popped up in the second. Infield hit. That was an RBI infield hit, and he scored. Actually did not score in that third, but again, RBI infield hit. And the first pitch to him here is high and outside for a ball, goes to 1-0. And he was part of that 5 straight hits, or 5 straight RBI hits in the third inning. As that is a broken back grounder up the middle. Charging in is Cavagnaro. He'll have no play. Infield hit. So, second hit of the game for Bideman. And again, both of the infield variety. So, again, it doesn't matter if you hit it into the outfield. Just hit it where they ain't and place it well. You'll be all right. So here's Matt Seipel. Seipel 1 for 1. Walked in the second. Single in the third. First pitch here. Squares the bunt. Pulls it back, and it's outside and low. Yeah, man at first. Bideman takes a pretty healthy lead. The 1-0. Cut on and missed. As that was right there at the knees. 1 ball and a 1 strike. Seipel, a 400 hitter during these playoffs. Now has a 4-game hit streak as this is chopped towards the right field. Coming over and off the glove of Evans and can't recover. Now he'll throw to third. That throw is high and it gets away. Rounding third, trying to score. Falling down over third is Bideman. The throw is, there won't be a throw. But what a weird play there. A challenge for the official score on that one, I'll tell you that. Seipel ends up at second. And as we take a look at it, well, there'll certainly be an error on this throw. We'll call it a hit and an error. But again, that is up for change. And the bottom line is it's second and third with 1 away. And we go to the top of the order, and Marquise Wood. Second error of the game, potentially charged to the Lumberjacks. As the first pitch is at the knees for a strike. Gets away from the catcher, but not far enough for an advance. And it's 0-1. Woods had a tough one so far at the top of the lineup. Already wearing the hat trick. Struck out swinging in the first. Actually, looking in the first, swinging in the second and third. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball on the inside corner. It's 0-2. And the infield, at least up the middle, is back, so they will concede a run to pick up the out. So right now, if you're Wood, you just got to find a way to put this into play. At very least. The 0-2. Swung on and missed, and he struck him out. 4 strikeouts in the game for Marquise Wood. That is the 10th strikeout of the game for Ekman. So 2 outs. And 2 in scoring position for Francisco Tavares, his first plate appearance of the game. First pitch to him is a breaking ball. That's in for a strike. He came in defensively in the bottom of the 4th inning after Narciso was hit by a pitch in the top of the inning. Tried to gut it out, but could not take the field. So here's the pitch. In there for a strike is 0-2. Tavares hitting 190 in the playoffs with no homers, no RBI, and now dealing with an 0-2 count against Tyler Ekman. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, and he struck him out. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Ekman. That is 11 in the game, and that one retires the side. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error, and 2 men left after 4.5. It's Skippack 6, Valley Forge 4, as you're watching Game 1 of the Perky League Championship Series on the Sports Fanbase Network.
Do you feel 10 years older than you are? Are you suffering from joint pain, neck pain, headaches, low back pain, sciatica, carpal tunnel syndrome? Is this pain or discomfort keeping you from doing what you love or need to do? Well, the docs over at Summit Spine and Wellness can help. For the past 20 years, we've been the go-to office for elite athletes desk jockeys, and weekend warriors alike who have been limited by pain or looking to crush a new PR. Call now, 215-487-2500, and get back in the game of life. Again, call now, 215-487-2500. Fireside Bar and Grill is family owned by the Penna families since 2006, believing in building a strong community by supporting local schools, sports teams, municipalities, and charities. A proud sponsor of Ambler Brewers baseball, Fireside continuously receives awards year after year for the best food, the best wings, the best business lunches, to the best sports bar in the Ambler area. They're also open for indoor and outdoor seating, plus curbside pickup. That's the Fireside Bar and Grill in Ambler. Visit them today.
We head now to the bottom of the fifth inning. New pitcher on the mound for the Valley Forge Bucks. It'll be Rob Barth to replace Mike Anthony. Anthony ends up going 4 innings, giving up 9 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, a hit by pitch, and a home run. And he stands to be on the losing side of things. So Rob Barth will try to keep it where it is. The 27-year-old from Norristown, Pope John Paul II High School, and Widener University. 3-time All-Conference for the Widener Pride, and he's now the Pride's pitching coach. First appearance of the playoffs for Barth, and he'll face 3, 4, and 5 in the order. First pitch due in to Charlie Hooker. And it's on its way from Barth. Bouncer towards the left side. Nice little sliding block by Seipel. Throw to first is a little high, but good reach by Curran. And 1 pitch, 1 away to start off the inning. So as we mentioned, this is Barth's first appearance in the playoffs. 6th of the season and his 2nd in relief. 1-1 record, 2.86 earned run average in 14 2/3 innings. 22 hits, 8 runs, 6 earned, 3 walks, and 12 strikeouts. First pitch to Lenny Del Grippo is a little low and inside. Del Grippo is 0 for 1. Hit by a pitch and scored in the 2nd, then grounded out to end the 3rd. As here's the 1-0. Breaking ball. That misses low for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. And 6-4 lead for the Lumberjacks. Consistency is what they've had so far. So here's the pitch. Outside for a ball. And it's 3-0. After going down 1-2-3 the hard way in the first, thanks to a double play ball, they've put up 2 runs in each of the last 3. So here comes the 3-0 pitch. Grooves that one over the plate, and it sneaks right past Seipel into left field for a base hit. That's a tough one. That was hit awfully hard. Tried to get in front of it, but it ate him up. Hit number 10 in the game for Skippack. So with 1 out and 1 on, here's Kyle Wenger. Wenger's 1 for 2, grounded out in the 2nd, single and scored in the 4th. And the first pitch is on its way. Breaking ball in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Long staring here from Barth, trying to keep it where it is here in game number 1. The 0-1. Cut on and missed. Heavy swing on that breaking ball by Wenger. And it's 0-2. Starting to cool down considerably. Started off at 74 degrees. We're probably in the low 60s by now. Still a beautiful night. So here's the 0-2. Swung on and missed. And he struck him out. First strikeout for Barth. And it's 2 away. So no real concern after giving up this hard-to-hit single. It's really challenging Wenger there. Man on at first and 2 away for Frank Pollock. Pollock is 1 for 2. RBI double scored in the second, flew out to right in the fourth. Hit it hard, though, as he chased Goodwin towards the corner. The pitch is outside and low. 1 ball and no strikes. And game 2 is scheduled for tomorrow. 7:30 start. It'll be here at Hostility Field. The only difference is Valley Forge will be the home team. The 1-0. This is outside for a ball as he tries to get that corner, but he's missed it a couple of times, and it's now 2-0. Yeah, it's been consistent. That outside, not going to give you anything off the plate, is our home plate umpire, especially on the outside corner against the righties. So here's a 2-0. Breaking ball. It's the inside corner, and it's 2-1. That's the smart way to do it. If you're not going to get the call on one side, go after the other side if you can. If you've got that kind of control. That's some great movement on that as well. So here comes the 2-1. Swung on foul, tip into the glove, and it's 2-2. Well, Barth trying to recover after giving a hard hit single with 1 away. Del Grippo still leading off of first, being held on by Curran. And here comes the 2-2 pitch. High and tight. He actually stood his ground a little bit there as well. But it's now 3-2. Del Grippo will be off and running. Curran will come off the bag. So Del Grippo will get a little bit of a bigger lead. And the pitch. Breaking ball fouled off the catcher. He didn't like how that fell again. Right off the, looked like the right shoulder. Yeah, it must be the most demanding position on the field. The catcher position just does wonders to your knees without getting hit by foul tips. And then you get hit by foul tips and ball and bats and everything else. It's a special breed of person, kind of like a goaltender in hockey. And Del Grippo taking that walking lead. And another payoff pitch on its way. Swung on, fouled off to the right. Good battle brewing here between Barth and Pollock. That's a good job keeping the hands back as the body flew open a bit by Pollock. But again, hands stayed back so we could flick it out of play and live to fight on another pitch. Good job by Del Grippo to make sure that Curran's still way off. And the pitch on its way is outside for a ball. Ball 4. First walk given up by Barth. It'll be first and second with 2 away for Jim Fasano. Fasano is 0 for 2. So he flew out to right in the second and then grounded out in the fourth on a beautiful diving play by the first baseman Andrew Curran. And Skippack leading 6-4, looking to add to that here with a man in scoring position once again. Pitch on its way. On the outside corner for a strike as that dipped down towards the knees. It's 0-1 here to Fasano. And infield back, nobody being held close. So some pretty hefty leads out there. As here's the pitch. Swung on, foul to the top of the screen. And it's now 0-2 to the first baseman, Fasano. And Barth trying to keep the Lumberjacks off the board for the first time since the first inning as we play here in the 5th. Fasano with a couple of extra waves of the bat. Barth from the stretch, ready to go. The 0-2. In there, and he struck him out. Second strikeout for Barth, and that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 men left. After 5, it's Skippack 6, Valley Forge 4. You're watching Game 1 of the Perky League Championship Series on the Sports Fan Base Network. The Catanzaro Family Insurance Agency has been a staple in Ambler since 1974 and is now an independent insurance office representing various carriers for your home, auto, commercial, and life insurance needs. They are well known in the Ambler area for competitive rates, excellent service, and knowledgeable professionals. Also, they're a proud sponsor of Ambler Brewers Baseball and the Perky League since 1992. So check them out at www.catanzaroifs.com or give them a call at 215-643-6267. Tonight's presentation of the Perky Valley Twilight League Championship Series is brought to you in part by financial advisor Eric Lewandowski of Prudential. Make sure you give him a visit at 1980 Southeastern Road in Doylestown or give him a call at 267-880-4180. Three, 4, and 5 due up for the Valley Forge Bucks. Only 6 outs to work with. We go to the top of the 6th inning of this 7-inning game. Dylan Tice, followed by Andrew Curran and Christopher Connor, due up against Tyler Ekman, who a few innings ago felt like it may not have been long for this game, but he has battled back after a tough 3rd inning. Added 5 more strikeouts to his ledger, total of 11 on the game, and the first pitch here is low for a ball, and it's 1-0. Tice has reached twice. He's 0 for 1. He walked in the first, stole a base, scored in the 3rd, and flew out in the 4th. So here's the 1-0 pitch. High for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes to Tice. And game 1 of this best-of-5 series. So not only do the games end quicker in the Perky, so do the series, as that's outside for a ball. And it's now 3-0. That's a good job by Tice, shrinking the strike zone a little bit, at least in the mind of Ekman maybe. Trying to make something happen here, down by 2. So here comes the 3-0. Taking the whole way, it's in for a strike. And it's now 3-1. Tice, as we mentioned earlier, out of Westchester University, Percy, Pennsylvania, 28-year-old. As that is swung on and fouled back and out of play. That was one of those too close to take kind of pitches, but a 3-1, unless that was Tice's wheelhouse, one you'd probably want to lay off. But now he's got to protect at 3-2. And the pitch on its way. High and inside, spins out of the way, ball 4. He's been walked 3 times now. It's the 4th walk given up by Ekman. And Valley Forge certainly hoping that the typical leadoff walk that comes in to score is exactly what's going to come to fruition here. So man on at first with nobody out. Here's Andrew Curran. Curran 1 for 3. Single in the first. Struck out swinging in the 3rd and 4th as that is low and gets away from the catcher, and on to second goes Tice on the wild pitch. Not much that Pollock can do with that one as he tried to reach across to the backhand. Just skipped off the heel of his glove, it seemed. So now, man in scoring position and a 1-0 count to Curran. And the pitch on its way. Swung on and missed as he went after the slider. 1 ball and 1 strike. Curran this past spring at .393 for the Newman Knights. As here's the 1-1. Swan fisted back to the screen. Lost his bat in the process as well. And it's 1-2. Had a chance to broadcast a number of games at Newman University this year. And certainly saw the results. And Andrew Curran brought to the table for the Newman Knights. They made their way to the playoffs in what we all will admit was a weird year, and we can all hope that the next collegiate year is not as weird. So here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on, pop foul on the right side as Wenger gives it a look. But it's well out of play. It goes to 1 ball, 2 strikes. Actually stays there. And Tyson at second. being held somewhat close by Evans. The 1-2. Swung on, fouled off. Another good job by Curran. Again, fighting off the pitch on the outside part of the plate, now fighting off one towards his feet. Such a massive change in approach from 0-0 to a 2-strike count. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. It's dropped by the catcher. He'll have to throw to first to complete the out, and he does. Strikeout number 12 for Tyler Ekman, and it's one away. So man on at second with one away now, and here's Christopher Connor. Connor is 2 for 3. Grounded out in the first, RBI single scored in the third, infield hit in the fourth. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. Challenge fastball from Ekman. It's 0-1. Again, certainly talking about approaches. 0-0, 1-0, 2-0. You can certainly be aggressive, but once you get the 2 strikes, you turn into a goaltender. Here's the 0-1. Challenge fastball gets away this time as he puts some two-seam action into it. It's 1-1. Outfield pulled around a little bit to the right, not anything demonstrative. Swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. And Connor, after shaking his head, asked the umpire, "Where was that? Did I just swing at ball 2?" Did not hear the response. Here's the pitch. Fouled back and out of play. We do it again at 1-2 strikes. And we talked about how Skippack offensively in 3 straight innings picked up 2 runs. Well, Ekman trying to go for his 6th straight inning of 2 strikeouts. The pitch on its way. Fouled back once again, and we'll do it again at 1-2. Here's 2 strikeouts in the first, second, third, and fourth, and then struck out 3 in the 5th. A couple of hits given up that inning as well, so he can't call it striking out the side, but certainly impressive. But with strikeouts comes high pitch counts. The 1-2, high for a ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, in a 7-inning game, you could probably, I wouldn't say get away with, but you could certainly go a little bit deeper, I suppose, in a game. So here's a 2-2 pitch, high and outside for a ball. So Ekman trying to get him to chase on a couple of fastballs to the outside. Now he'll have to come in at him if he wants to get him. But, of course, now Connor will have to protect with a man on at second, 1 away here in the 6th. The payoff pitch. Check swing foul. And he stays alive. No action in the bullpen for Skippack since that 3rd inning. But there's been milling about in the bullpen for Valley Forge. I think Robbie Barth will be good to go for the next inning now. Here's another payoff pitch. Low for a ball, ball 4. Second walk given up in the inning for Ekman. And that is 5 in the game. So 3 batters into the inning. Nobody's put the ball into play, but it's first and second, 1 out. So here's Alan Goodwin. Goodwin is 1 for 2. First pitch to him is fouled off to the right out of play. It's 0-1. Goodwin 1 for 3. Struck out in the second. RBI single and scored in the third, then struck out in the fourth. Waved at and missed. He chased one way outside. And I'm going to correct my earlier statement. He did not get an RBI in that 3rd inning. It was a regular single, but he still came in to score. But now has to deal with an 0-2 count. Pitch on its way. Just below the knees. And it's 1-2. Well, the Skippack's credit, they froze and did not start walking off, but they certainly froze waiting for that arm to come up at the home plate umpire. It was tight. The 1-2. Breaking ball. Waved at. They call strike 3. Throw to third. Not in time. Throw to second. The tag is down. They didn't need the tag. And that will retire the side. That was there in plenty of time. That very easily could have been a triple play. But it's a strike him out, throw him out, and that retires the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 man left after 5.5. It's 6-4 Skippack as you're watching Game 1 of the Perky League Championship Series.
I would describe the law firm in one word as family.
Team.
Family.
Focus. Dedicated.
Aggressive.
Winning.
Compassion.
Family.
Family. I think there's a family feel in this whole firm.
It was 1984, and I was working for another law firm along with my soon-to-be partner, Drew D'Angelo. We had a vision that we wanted to represent people from Northeast Philadelphia who came from the same kind of background that we came from. We were the sons of construction workers and police officers and firemen, and we had a natural client base, so we took a shot.
We handle catastrophic cases here. We have the capital. We have 100 years plus of experience. We know what we're doing.
I know the way construction job works. So when I'm taking a deposition of a superintendent for a general contractor, he's going to know right away that I know what I'm talking about. And that gives me a depth of experience that I don't think other lawyers in this field have.
Each attorney and staff member has been handpicked not just because we're very good at what we do, but because we share the same philosophies and values.
I like to root for the underdog, and they have that underdog mentality here.
We'll head down to the bottom of the sixth inning. Just to recap that last inning, it was a walk to Dylan Tice. Made it to second on a wild pitch. Curran struck out. Then Connor walked, and Alan Goodwin struck out. The throw ended up going to third on an attempted double steal. Tice was safe, so the throw went to second, and Connor was out. So it was a strike him out, throw him out double play. And the first pitch due in here to Kelmer is in there for a strike, 0-1. So I'm sorry if I goofed up that call there. I was a little confused. Ain't the first time, won't be the last. 8-9-1 due up here for Skippack, trying to add on to their 6-4 lead. The pitch. Bouncer towards the left side. Swallowed up, and a little bit of a bobble, but thrown over to first is in time. Dylan Tice recovered nicely on a 6-3 put out. So for the first time in this game, Kelmer's out, and it's one away. Go to the bottom of the order, and here is Chad Evans. Evans reached twice. He's 1 for 1. Single to center in the third, walked in the fourth. So here comes the first pitch on its way from Rob Barth. Chop towards third. Nice high hop for Seipel. Throw to first. Up the line. And it's wide. Well, a little bit rushed there from Seipel. He'll be charged with the E5. First ever of the game. That will be charged to Valley Forge. And we go to the top of the order for Skippack's Rob Zinsmeister. Zinsmeister having himself a day. 3 for 3. Single to left in the first, single to center in the third, RBI single to right in the fourth. Again, playing here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Pitch on its way. Breaking ball low and outside. And it's 1-0. Valley Forge trying to keep it close. Down 2 at this point, heading to the final inning. And they'll have 7, 8, and 9 due up. So here comes the 1-0. High and outside this time. 2 balls and no strikes. As of now, it does look like Ekman's going to try to go to the distance here, as nobody's really warming up. Actually, nobody's actually even down there for Skippack. Here comes a 2-0. Just missed outside. 3 balls and no strikes again. Home plate umpire Bill Rush has been consistent. Anything off the outside of the plate against the right-handed hitters, not getting the credit. So here comes the 3-0. That's in for a strike. Didn't look like he was taking the whole way, but might have been anyway. 3 balls and 1 strike now to Zinsmeister. Again, game 2 will be tomorrow night. Who will have the advantage? So here comes the 3-1 pitch. Right down the pipe at 3-2. Yeah, and home field doesn't mean anything because all games are being played here at Hostelli Field. But you get that first win under your belt. It's like the monkey off the back, and you can just kind of settle down from there. So here comes the payoff. Runner at first takes off, swung on and missed. Thrown over to second, and it is not in time. Looked like Tavares was a little late in getting there, but it is a strikeout for Barth, his third, and it's 2 away. So it'll be up to Matt Kavik now to try to add on here for the Lumberjacks. Cavagnaro is 0 for 3. Pitch on its way. It's in there, top of the strike zone. 0-1. Cavagnaro grounded out into a double play in the first. Reached on a fielder's choice, scored in the third, and then grounded out in the fourth. If he can find one into the outfield, maybe he can score Evans from second and add to the lead. Here's the 0-1. Swung on fly ball to left center field and carrying deep. Long run for Smiley. Gets there, reaches back in, makes the catch. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 man left. We go to the 7th. Skippack leading 6-4 as you're watching Game 1 of the Perky League Championship Series on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Wetter Landscaping. Rob and Amanda Wetter started Wetter Landscaping back in 2002 with the idea of combining the tenacity and ambition of a small family-run business with the strength of a top service provider. Wetter Landscaping provides lawn care, commercial services, landscaping, and a host of other professional endeavors. Give them a call at 215-661-1966, or you can give them a visit at 2110 Wentz Church Road in Lansdale. Auto insurance going up and up? Not sure if you have the right coverage on your home? Just moved into that new apartment or condo? Give Delaney Kustra a call for a thorough review. She's the newest member of the Jack Kustra Insurance Agency, established over 40 years ago. With multiple insurance companies to work with, we can usually find a good match for your unique needs and your budget. Call 610-825-7440 for a free quote now. That's 610-825-7440.
6 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors, 5 left on for Skippack. 4 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, 11 men left on base for Valley Forge. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Again, 6-4 lead for Skippack. Valley Forge will have 7, 8, and 9 due up. That's Jason Smiley, Eric Bideman, and Matt Seipel. As Tyler Ekman looks to pick up a complete game in Game 1 of the Championship Series. First pitch is on its way. It's at the feet of Smiley, and it's 1-0. Smiley is 2 for 3. Single, stole a base in the second. RBI single scored in the third. Struck out looking in the fifth. As this is swung and belted into left field. Charging over, though, is Hooker. Gets there and makes the catch, and it's 1 away. Hit hard towards the end of the bat, but kind of hooked on over towards Hooker, who was able to chase it down. And during that recap of our score line so far, the big number, especially with Valley Forge, has to be the number of men left on base. They've left 11 on the base paths today. So here's Eric Bideman. First pitch on its way from Ekman is at the knees for a strike. It's 0-1. Bideman's 2 for 3, popped up in the second. RBI infield hit in the third, and then singled in the fifth as well. That is in there for a strike. And it's 0-2. And Ekman had a hiccup in the third inning, giving up 5 straight hits to finish off the inning. And giving up 4 runs, but that's it. Swung on, fouled off to the right out of play. So he stayed 0-2. But a great recovery by Ekman. A total of 13 strikeouts in this game for the Lumberjack hurler. So here comes another 0-2. Swung on and missed, and he struck him out. Strikeout number 14 for Ekman. And the Bucs are down to their last out. Here's Matt Seipel. Seipel's reached all 3 times up as the Bucs are out of outs. First pitch on its way from Ekman. Outside for a ball. It goes to 1-0. Seipel walked in the second. RBI single in the third, and then infield single in the fifth. As here comes the 1-0. High for a ball. One negative to Ekman's game besides that third inning has been the 5 walks he's given up, but has been able to strand to just about anybody who's been on the base paths. As here comes the 2-0. On the outside corner, it's 2-1. Seipel goes for a bit of a walk, steps right back in as Ekman rocks back and fires. The 2-1. At the knees, it's 2-2. Bucks down to their last strike here in game number 1. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, 6-4. And the pitch on its way. Low for a ball. And we'll go to a full count. Seipel, his job is pretty simple. Get on base by any means necessary and send it to Marquise Wood at the top of the order. Steps back in. The mantra from the bench is going to be to battle. The 3-2. On the inside corner, he struck him out. And game 1 belongs to the Skippack Lumberjacks. A 15 strikeout performance for Tyler Ekman, striking out at least 2 batters in every inning. Recovering from a tough third inning, the big blow. Well, it hasn't been a big blow for Skippack. They were consistent with 2 runs in each the second, third, and fourth inning. And they take game 1 by a final score of 6-4. Final totals in the 7th, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. Our final score, the Skippack Lumberjacks 6 and the Valley Forge Bucks 4. We'll be back to talk about it in just a couple of minutes. You're watching Game 1 of the Perky League Championship Series on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Fireside Bar and Grill is family-owned by the Penna family since 2006, believing in building a strong community by supporting local schools, sports teams, municipalities, and charities. A proud sponsor of Ambler Brewers baseball, Fireside continuously receives awards year after year for the best food, the best wings, the best business lunches, to the best sports bar in the Ambler area. They're also open for indoor and outdoor seating, plus curbside pickup. That's the Fireside Bar and Grill in Ambler. Visit them today. The Catanzaro Family Insurance Agency has been a staple in Ambler since 1974 and is now an independent insurance office representing various carriers for your home, auto, commercial, and life insurance needs. They are well known in the Ambler area for competitive rates, excellent service, and knowledgeable professionals. Also, they're a proud sponsor of Ambler Brewers Baseball and the Perky League since 1992. So check them out at www.catanzaroifs.com. or give them a call at 215-643-6267.
Welcome back, everybody. Once again, live from Hostelli Field in North Wales, Pennsylvania. Game 1 in the books as the Skippack Lumberjacks take a 1-0 lead in the series. They take this one by a final score of 6-4. As we take a look at the highlights, we'll bring you the Game 1 scoring recap. We were scoreless after 1.5 before Skippack got on the board. It was an RBI double by Frank Pollock and an RBI single by Jason Kelmer to make it 2-0 after 2. But Valley Forge would fight back in the top of the third inning with a big 2-out rally. It was RBI singles by Christopher Connor, Alan Goodwin, Eric Bideman, and Matt Seipel as the Bucks took a 4-2 lead heading to the bottom of the third inning. But Chad Evans would lead off with a single, followed by Rob Zinsmeister, who would single as well. Matt Cavagnaro would reach on a fielder's choice, and then Charlie Hooker would hit a 2-run homer over the left center field wall to make it a 6-4 game. And from there, the pitching took over on both sides of the ledger as we went scoreless in the 5th, the 6th, and in the 7th. Final totals in this one for Skippack, it was 6 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors, and they left 5 men on base. Valley Forge, 4 runs on 10 hits, 1 error. They left 11 men on base. Picking up the win was Tyler Ekman, a complete game effort. He went all 7 innings, giving up 10 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 5 walks. He hit a man, and he struck out 15 as he improves to 2-0 throughout the playoffs. Suffering the loss was Mike Anthony. He drops to 1-2. He gave up 9 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, a hit by pitch, and gave up a home run in 4 innings of work. Great job by Rob Barth to hold it there, giving up a hit, no runs, and stranding 3 on base while striking out 3 and walking just 1. But again, not enough as Valley Forge falls 6-4 to the Skippack Lumberjacks. They lead the best-of-5 series by a 1-0 margin. Time of the game, 1 hour and 58 minutes on a beautiful night here for baseball at Hostelli Field, and we're hoping to do it again tomorrow night. We're looking forward to game number 2, as again, we'll keep it right here at Hostelli Field, but it'll be Valley Forge, which will be the home team. That'll just about do it for us. I want to thank everyone for joining us. Tonight's presentation of the Perky Valley Twilight League Championship Series is a production of the Sports Fan Base Network. Working the cameras today was Jack Ansley and Diego Reynoso. Our co-producer was Luciano Duffy. Our director, producer, the man in charge, Bill Lewis. Once again, our final score here in game number 1, the Skippack Lumberjacks 6 and the Valley Forge Bucks 4, and the Lumberjacks take a 1-0 lead in the best-of-5 series. For all of us here at Hostelli Field in North Wales, Pennsylvania, I'm Tom Wilms saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow night at 7:30 for Game 2.